Hello my friends and welcome to episode 96 of The Wanderer. My name is Don and we're still with Toulouse. Since the last episode we lost 2-0 to Reims. It was again much like the Lyon game where we just really couldn't take our chances. We had so many clear cuts. We hit the post a couple of times again. Tsunami missed a couple of sitters. No, it wasn't Tsunami rather. Somebody missed a couple of sitters. I dropped Tsunami for this game, for the last game, but somebody missed a couple of sitters. It's absolutely shocking, and at that point I was really considering, what am I doing wrong? So I decided, let's make some changes. I criticised Zukic, basically gave him a warning for performance. I think he got a 6.2 2 games running, 6.4 and then a 6.2 rather, and I went through every single player that was training well and basically praised their training. Went through every single player that wasn't doing quite so well in training and said basically, listen, your conduct's okay, just something just to boost the morale, particularly when we're playing newly promoted Borg in the next game, and we won 5-1. We've actually got a couple of loan signings I'll need to go through, but Sung, who's a loan signing, he came in and scored within 40 seconds of his debut. Johan Bonnet with a brace, Weston McKenzie with his first goal, and Kukera getting his first goal of the season, if I remember correctly. He scored there, no, with Tsunami. And then we played Lille and we won 2-1. Alukac and Kukera with their goals, smashing stuff. Alukac, or I'm giving up with pronouncing that, but either way, he scored his first goal for the club from right wing back. And then we played Angers. We got an own goal with a bit of luck. It was a deflected goal from a cross from Alukac again. Adam scored. He was playing for Weston McKenzie, just giving Weston a bit of a rest. Luca Pellegrini scored his first goal for the club, and Lucas Kukera in again before Claudio Gomez got himself a second yellow card. And I swear down, I must have went to sub him, and then a Kukera goal happened, and I went, do you want to continue with these changes? And Kukera was one of the guys I was bringing off, so I went, no, I don't actually want to continue that. And I forgot to then go and change it and put him back off the pitch, and he got sent off. It was my fault, 100%. So, transfers in. Since the last, since the transfer episode really, we brought in loan players. So we brought in Phil Jones. He's a little bit of money plus wages. It's actually quite expensive. It's going to cost us about 1.2 million over the year. He's not that great anymore, but he's just a sort of backup central defender because Patev's away and Hasebi away on loan as well, just getting some game time at Feyenoord. Ross McShane, remember him from Hearts? He's back. He's a backup striker at Hearts. Was loan listed. He's had a couple of years at Rangers on loan, or rather a year at Rangers on loan, where he scored 13 goals, and I thought we'll just bring him in as a bit of a backup. And then we've got a double coming in from Arsenal. We've got Marek Musil, a Czech international, coming in on loan, just going to offer some backup midfield support, as he can play both Mazelia and box to box. I mean, he's not the best at either, but he's free basically, and his wages from memory are fairly cheap, 9 grand a week. I mean, it's not cheap, but it's fairly cheap. And then Philip Sung, this guy looks an absolute monster. 17 acceleration, 17 balance, decent pace, great determination, leadership, off the ball, work rate, finishing, composure is not bad. He's kind of like English Kukera, not quite as good as Kukera, but decent. He is on 30 grand a week playing for us, you know, big wage unfortunately. But again, we're not paying a loan fee. But on that note, guys, we're going to get straight into the action. We're playing Valencia in the Champions League. If we have a look at our Champions League group, we're in Group A. We've got Inter Milan and Man United as well, but we're playing our first game against Valencia today. So the team to face Valencia has a bit of changes in it. Roquette's in for Zukic, who's a bit tired. Rocha played fantastic in the last game, which is why he is in, which should have been in for Roquette. Rabiot and Pollersbeck making off the defence. Aluch starts at right back. Rodriguez comes in for his first appearance of the season, just because Pellegrini was slightly on the tired side. Gomez and Weston McKenzie return in midfield, with Stung, Kukera and Bonnet up top. Tsunami and De Bruyne on the bench because Brullo and Pavlov aren't registered. Basically I had to pick 2 players not to register, and those were the 2 players that I was like, I might loan them out. Nothing ever come of it. Pavlov, I've just not seen enough in his development to say that he's actually going to be able to stay at the club. he's lost his potential now, and his star rating's actually gone down with us improving the team. So that's been a bit of a worry there. Might mean that I might look at selling him. But this is the first game we've played with Toulouse in the Champions League, and I think it's Toulouse's first appearance in the Champions League ever, proper anyway, because the last time they qualified, they drew Liverpool in the qualifiers, and I believe that they didn't make it on that basis. So we play today. Sung has a big effort there, but he's not going to get anywhere. But he picks it up, the Arsenal man on loan, finds Claudio Gomez, pass back to Sung's not really great. His pass to Gomez isn't great either, but Rocha picks up a latch, plays it forward. Sung, Kukera over for Johan Bonnet. We lead. It's Johan Bonnet, the man who has signed for 2.1 million. We're going to trigger his 50 game appearances. I was tempted to buy out that last year, but I went, do you know what? If he hits it, he hits it. I'll not do it. So we're 1-0 up right now through Bonnet into Roquette. Rabiot, that's his first goal for Toulouse as well. Man who we just signed from Paris Saint-Germain, our record signing. £40 million. He got sent off in his debut. I thought maybe I'd made a mistake, but he's starting to put in performances. And the good thing I like about him is when Gomez tires, I push him into midfield and I bring on Ruiz, who's similar kind of mould of a midfielder that I'm playing in defence, and I put Ruiz in defence, and it actually changes things. And I think Ruiz might actually be more natural in that role than Rabiot. But Rabiot then coming into the midfield creates a whole different dynamic that teams maybe aren't quite capable of dealing with. That's over the top for Kukera. If he can get there, he's in. That's 3-0 up in the Champions League. We're underdogs going to Valencia. We're 3-0 up. I'm not counting my chickens because that G-Jamp game last season still sticks in my memory and it still hurts. But we're 3-0 up. This is a good start to our group because I was looking at it and I'm like, Valencia and Inter are potentially beatable. Man United are unstoppable in this game. I've seen it in so many other people's saves, people talking about how unstoppable Man United are. I'm just going to go if I don't get complacent here. So I'm not expecting to do well, although I've not kept an eye on how English football has developed in my save, so I don't actually know how well they're doing in mine. Obviously if I was in England I'd be quite confident at toppling them, but I'm managing a sort of a second rate, if you like, French side right now. I'm not saying that Toulouse are a second rate French side, but this side is nowhere near the level of the PSG and Monaco that's in the league, but don't have that quality amongst us. Kukera with the corner, whipped out, cleared by Murillo. And in a highlight, that was a fairly pointless highlight. We're going to bring off Claudio Gomez, and I'm going to do exactly what I was just talking about. Bringing Ruiz on, pushing him back, pushing Rabiot forward, and Ruiz is again a bit more natural in that ball winning midfielder role, but I've not tried him there yet because I like pushing Rabiot forward. Harrit plays it forward to Lorenzo, into Mane. He's bursting forward and he finds Vasquez. He's got a man inside him, but he whips it in. Gomez launches forward and Johan Bonnet picks up and finds Sung. His touch maybe not the best, but he's got a decent effort away. Kepa with a decent save. Sung putting into the right sort of area of the goal to make it hard for him. Really don't like our marking here. Capelli across finds somebody. Miral, Mane whipped across. Gonzalo Rodriguez plays away. In fact, Rodriguez is on a yellow, so I'm just going to bring him off for Pellegrini, who's probably a better player anyway. But Lorenzo scored during that high change. That's a bit frustrating. Pretty certain it's from the cross. I didn't actually see it. And I'm not going to rewind because I never like watching other teams score against us. And we're going to make our final change, which is going to be Tsunami on for Johan Bonnet. Starting to tire. He did get the opening goal. He's had a good game, but I think preserving the team for the next game is the right thing to do now. So bringing him off, bringing Tsunami on, and Tsunami again creates a different dynamic for teams to deal with because he's very, very quick. Here is Tsunami, plays it in for Sung. He's fairly quick as well, but he's maybe not got the legs for it anymore. Oh, it's a horrific bit of defending from Murillo. It's 4-1 for us. My head was in my hands because I feel so bad for him. There was nobody near him. He didn't need to touch the ball. Nobody gave him the shout. And he's tucked it in his own net. Tsunami launches this one in towards Roquette. It's cleared away. Oh, it's whipped back towards Tsunami, but again not finding a player. Cleared away for Valencia, but a latch there to pick up. A Rocha to Pellegrini. A Rabiot. Kukera. Tsunami. back to Cucurella, into Sung, and you're on loan Arsenal, man. There's something special about him. I can feel it. When I signed him and I looked at his stats and I'd brought him in, I was like, you know what, he's fairly decent. But I've not seen it yet, but I've just got a feeling that there's just something special about him. I get the same feeling about him as I got with Cucurella. Didn't get that feeling with Bonnet, but you know, I like Bonnet, but there's just something about Cucurella and Sung that makes me feel like there's something special about them. Mackenzie heads away to only Forrest Cabellos, played forward for Harrett. Great pass there as the full-time whistle goes. I think that was almost a frustration kick out of play. We've won 4-1 in our Champions League debut, and that's our personal first Champions League win, because we never got one before. So we've got a couple of big draws. Don't think we ever really stood a chance, whereas here we've got a bit more of a chance. We've got 1.33 million on top of the 11 million we've already got, which puts 25.9 million in our bank account, or over our wage budget, of course, which is never ideal. Anyway, guys, that's going to end this episode. Next episode, we are going to come back for Inter Milan, and then we'll do a Man United Monaco double header, and then we'll do Inter PSG double header. Maybe that probably works out quite nicely. So what would that work out? So this is 96, so that'd be 97, 98. We'll do the Valencia game and then do Inter PSG as 100. I think that'd be pretty good, don't you? Inter PSG in a French Cup game, depending on who we draw. Or we'll have the Cup de la Liga about here as well. Try to work out a way of doing episode 100 really good. We'll work it out. But next episode is going to be Inter Milan. That's in 4 games time. So come back then for that. We're top of our group currently, of course. Man United and Inter Milan haven't played yet, but if you come back for that, it'd be absolutely smashing, and I will hopefully catch you all next time.